Well, we're going to get started very simply with GarageBand using some loops. You can actually open any type of these files and add loops to them. But since we're going to create a song with loops, we might as well go over here and just create the use a loop file. I'm going to say choose. You're going to have to save it right away, give it a name. That's one thing GarageBand does up at the beginning, is it's going to ask you to save it. And I'm going to try and resize this a little bit to get this so you can see things a little bit better. So, okay, we're going to move this around a little bit so you get the basic idea of GarageBand. Here's the controls down here and the tracks. Some of the menus you're not going to see at the very top, but we'll get to those a little bit later. So actually what you're going to do, all you can see that these tracks are blank, is you want to start with loops, and the loops opened up right away because this was a loop. We told it was going to be a loop player, but the eyeball here opens or closes that loop thing. So if you don't see it, you can come down to this eyeball icon, click on it, there's your loops. There are all kinds of different loops in here. Let me try here. Why don't we try some clean loops. That spinning ball means that it's working, and there you can see there's a whole bunch of these loops, these types of loops. If you click on it, it will start to play the loop. Sure, we can use that. You can also search for specific loops just by typing in here if you think you know what kind or what the name of the loop is. So I just click that to shut it up, and we're going to drag it up so it goes onto a track. And if we play this, there's our loop. So the next thing we can do, if we want this to repeat over and over again, I'm just going to close this to give us a bit more space. If you go to the top right corner and you see that little circle, that means it's going to loop, so you can drag this out, and this is going to repeat as many times as you want, over and over and over again. So this little so now we can start mixing and matching. So go back to the eyeball, and let's try something else, see if we can get, so we've got kind of a drum loop. We'll see if we can find some kind of a piano loop. So I'm going to drag this on. I can drag it to the beginning to have it start there. I can have it start anywhere I want. So I play it. We have volume control. So again, it stopped. I want it to continue looping, so I'm going to grab that top right corner. So we got control of the volume for each of these individually. And then you have control of your overall volume down here. So this is creating using loops. You'll notice some of these loops are green. The piano loop is green, and the blue loop means it's an audio file. The difference is the type of file and what you can do for editing it. If we double click, you'll see this is an audio file, so it's a waveform. This is what's called a MIDI file. Oops, double click. And in fact, you can see this file with the notation. Both of them can be edited. You have more control with editing of the MIDI. So basically what you want to do is you're going to add some loops and create a piece of music. And then you would save that for yourself, and it would go into the Media Arts Lab when you're ready to hand it in. So have fun, experiment with a whole bunch of things. Oh, I forgot about this. You do have your tempo, so I can come here and go to project. So this is tempo, which is speed. So I'll start that again. So everything is faster. We can also change the key. We'll take this back to the beginning, which is going to change the pitch. It's changing the pitch of that. Okay. So that's a start to get you started. Experiment, have lots of fun with this, and there you go.